Sweet. What's up, guys? Doing another student success story. This is with Jonathan Walker. We've been working together, what, maybe, I think it's been more than a year now. Time is
Yeah, so at least a year.
at least a year. It is crazy to say that. That time has just flown right by. Um, I met Jonathan while I was still working with Andrew Cruzy, and we did like a joint venture webinar with Jay Feldman, and he came in on a call with me looking to possibly buy something with Andrew Cruzy, and found out that he wanted to be in sales. So I sold him something different.
Your salesman.
Yeah. Did you expect that on that call to end up buying sales coaching?
No, but I knew I was in good hands though from the conversation we had.
Which is hilarious because I remember we found out that you're an NEPQ. You're kind
Huh?
of at the time. You're selling gutters and guards, working with a company called Curb Appeal, and he had been
Hmm.
there for quite a few years and was mainly looking to just ramp up on the sales skills. I guess how was that experience, the first few months working together? Like, how did you kind of develop within the gutter and guard space, and how did that help you the most, would you say?
Oh man. Um, you gave me clarity. It's like what to say, build instinct, help me come up with like a script. Because I was like always good at rapport, reading people, uh, and those type of things I needed in there. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, like after that, I think that like the first few one-on-ones, starting to like hammer away and like chip away at it and just coming up with like the most predictable way to like work through the the script, and then instinct came later, and um then once that kicks in, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah, I feel like you nailed down scripting. You really locked in on objection handling. Like I remember you were recording your calls in home and like getting to hear you navigate some of those situations is incredibly impressive. And one of the other things I remember was leadership in terms of let's do this or let's go here, like just leading the homeowners, not being too passive, not being pushy, but also not just being so passive where it's like I remember if getting them to come out of the house and actually go look at the gutters, look at the guards, and have them see things so like it became more visual and more tangible. Uh,
Yeah, that was like another big shift too. Is like, because I was almost timid almost,
yeah.
to like do it, and then like you just framed it, and I've just seen it this way ever since. It's like these people have a problem. Like you're there, they called you to help them solve it. Now solve it. And
They're
so
they're
like
they're looking for
fight for
leadership.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a good mindset to have, like in anything that you
What
do.
what do you feel like your mindset was before working together when you were on sales interactions? Like how would you describe it?
Oh, like a follower, I guess. Like if it was not a leader, so like it wouldn't lead them. Like to ask them hard questions, and
Yeah.
like for instance, like yeah, getting them to come outside, like to see what this is doing. It's like
Mm.
what can happen if this keeps continuing?
Yeah. So there wasn't a willingness to maybe ask challenging questions and even the skill set to do so as well. Is that
No,
right?
not at all. Not
And
at
that's
all.
interesting though, because you did NEPQ and like you came to me having gone through it. So like what was different about our training and like what started to click versus just going through some of the courses?
Well, dude, like grew up playing sports, went to play college baseball. It's like just like having like private lessons. It's like the difference between like a group practice and private lessons. You're able to like dissect like where the gaps are,
Hmm.
and like attack those. And so like you gave me like a clear roadmap, like total clarity on what I needed to do.
Mm.
And that was like amazing. It was great. It was great. Even still to this day, Mason.
Yeah, man, grateful for you. And the thing that was cool is like the skills improved. It seemed like the leadership improved, but that also showed up in your commission checks.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
You want to
I
tell them
didn't
the
even
story about how you negotiated your commissions higher and what you were doing with the
I,
your pitch and higher prices and you started getting more margin?
yeah, you were surprised when I told you I didn't even run this past you, but like I said, you're always selling yourself in every aspect of like business or personal life, or like trying to get like a free ice cream cone, man. So there was it got to a point where like stuff started clicking, and I was like being able to rely on instinct, just being a lot more fluid. And at the time, I was making it was 10% commission. It was just straight commission, 10% commission on everything that I sold.
Yeah.
Um, and then I went to the owner and then negotiated higher percentage rate depending on like what I sold the job at. So if I
Mhm.
sold the job at a higher rate that was profitable to him, then I would get like most of that. And that like really killed it.
Yeah, you went from like 10% to sometimes like 15 to 16%, I think, on some of
Some
those.
some of
Sometimes.
them were like 20%, man. So it's
Yeah.
like that was like in the income I made, like that was probably like 50% of it. It's just like doing that. But it's like that's leadership. It's like you have this skill, you know you're valuable, you know you can do it, and you frame it as a win-win for everyone. It's like,
Because it is.
yes, it for sure is.
They
For
made
sure
more
is.
money, you made more money, customers happy, they got their solution. Like everyone was winning on that,
That's right.
which is really cool. I think you went on to hit some record months personally as well on that in
Yeah.
terms of income, would you say?
I think we started working, wow, maybe it was like till January or February.
That makes sense because I was in Cabo, so I was probably January or something.
Mhm. And I think I hit my first 10K month, I think like May or June. And so it was like shortly after working with you.
Yeah.
Um,
Put you on pace for 120K a year.
mhm.
And how does that compare to what you were used to making?
Oh, dude, like I wasn't fine with it, but like I was what, maybe averaging like 5K a month.
Yeah.
Um,
So pretty
I'd
much
say
doubled.
would, oh yeah, I doubled. And then probably within 3 months of like working with you, it became like the ceiling just kept growing and getting higher and higher and higher. And then it's like, this is what it is. It's like, this is the potential. This is what people talk about, this feeling. And
Mm.
so now it's like, sky's truly always the limit, but like actually believing that it is,
Yeah.
and like having proof, um, that I think that's when the power and the change comes.
Yeah. You've stacked evidence that you can grow when you commit to a role and you commit to a path and you trust the process, which is
Mhm.
testament to your persistence and your coachability. So grateful for that. That makes it fun on my side. So you continued to grow there, and then you decided you continued to hire me because you wanted to go into the remote sales side of things. There was a seed or this idea like maybe I should go remote, maybe I should stay in person. So I guess tell me a little bit more about that. Like what made you decide to want to go remote?
Yeah, well, I was having a baby. And so this is a lot of change all at once. And really, Mason, I like saw what like you're able to do.
Yeah.
It's like that's how people learn, model after the model. And I'm like, this is cool. Like I can work from home. I dig working from home.
Hmm.
Uh,
You just went and checked on your kid twice before this interview.
that's right. Yeah, I actually did. I actually did. Um, and I'm like,
It's a big deal, man. You get to be there.
yeah, it's like get all the freedom, and it was just like a win-win. I didn't quite know how to make the transition, but like you were kind enough to like introduce me into your network and like chop it up with people, and that was great getting those perspectives from them. And then yeah, like you opened the doors for me. And you didn't have to. That was never
Yeah.
a part of the deal, but you
No.
were nice enough to do it.
You also earned that. It wasn't just because I like you. It's like you've shown up consistently and been coachable. I wouldn't hire you just because I like you. It's because you're an asset to the team.
So yeah, now
It's a
Mason's the
bonus.
boss.
It's a bonus that I like you. But it's business first when it's on the business side, right? We got to make sure we're producing. Of course, it's not like we're robots, but I want to emphasize that that's because of your skill set and dedication and your coachability. I see someone who I can grow and develop, and that's who you are. So. It's a no-brainer on that front. You're like completely dedicated and relentless, and it's cool to have someone like that on the team, man.
I love being on the team, man.
Yeah.
Making it was scary to make that transition, but it would not have been possible. It would like
Yeah.
without you.
Yeah,
And I
man.
wouldn't have got like the results I'm getting now, like just being 2 months in. Um,
Yeah.
it would have been bad.
Yeah, you're growing, you're getting your foundations in the remote space, and um maybe I'm tooting my own horn a little bit here, but I think the difference when you hire a high quality mentor, someone who doesn't have one of these massive programs where they're churning people through it, is that you actually get connections to really high quality offers and the follow through to find it. Like the situation Jonathan has, like he has a base salary and commission as a inbound closer mainly. He's doing some outbound, but most closing positions in the industry, it's really difficult to come by any sort of base at all. And most companies are ones that like, easy come, easy go. Whereas what we have here, what we're building is something that is like next 3, 4 years. This is like a long-term trajectory, something that we're going to
Yeah.
build a movement with, which is freaking
The
sick.
true business. It's not like a
Yeah.
fly by night. It's like it's like
Yeah.
it's AI here and then it's gone tomorrow. It's like it's there's structure and there's systems and it's like I'm secure here. Like I feel that, and that's a good feeling.
Yeah. Me too. I feel that as well. And I think that's the phrase, like that's the feeling that most people are craving in this space is actually finding stability and freedom. But the biggest irony is that a lot of people end up coming into the space and they get the exact opposite of what they intended. They get a 1099, so now they're 100% commission. They have no baseline security. They have lead fluctuations. They don't have lead quality. They don't have lead consistency. And then they get gaslit to say that it's because they suck at sales, that, their responsibility. And don't get me wrong, there's ownership, but there's also a two-way street when you're in this. Like if you're in a Camry, Toyota Camry versus a Ferrari, you're gonna go faster in the right vehicle.
For sure.
So one of the biggest skills here in this game, guys, is the ability to just find the right vehicle and then be able to get yourself into it. And that usually just comes down to trust, less than a strategy. It's just building your reputation, and that's what Jonathan did with me because of how he continued to invest in himself, how he continued to be coachable, and actions speak louder than words, man. What have been some of the, I guess, progressions or lessons, maybe some of the tangible things that have changed in the way that you sell over the last like year or so? Like how, like I know you mentioned
Oh,
leadership. What are a few golden nuggets, either maybe things that recently you're working on or things that have really like shifted for you in your sales game?
oh my goodness, there's so many, man.
Oh,
It's like a hard question. I'd say that the probably like the top few that just come to my mind that have the biggest impact on me. Leadership, kind of already covered that. Like as a sales professional, you are a leader.
yeah.
Um, the other one is like cost of inaction. It's like our opportunity costs. Like this is happening. Um, how much is this costing you if this is not getting fixed? Like a concept, like tying a consequence by asking a question and getting them to like reflect in on like, yeah, this is bigger than like maybe what I want to perceive it as, and just like holding that mirror up to them and it's
Mm.
like, are you happy with what you see?
Yeah. The mirror is a, yeah, the mirror can be brutal, but that's what they actually need is just the truth so they can make the decision. Are they happy? Yes or no? And if not, why not? And then knowing that, how important is it to change, right? So,
Mhm. Yeah, and then I'd say the one that like kind of ties it all together goes without saying, but it's like just like asking questions.
yeah,
It's just a super simple. Um, it's not pushy or like combative.
it's not. And I've seen you sit on some of these calls now that you're in the online space, and I've seen some of these calls where you've been on it for an hour and a half because you were patient and you're not giving up on people, like you're actually sitting in the pocket and riding, taking a rep, riding the bull, and
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
cool
that's
to see.
another thing. Lastly, like the objections. It's like the framework that you have for it. It's just all a system
Yeah.
that we work through, like whether it's partner money or think about it, and then it's like it's just the best way to do it. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, it was always good to see you do that, especially on the gutters and guards. Well, I'm glad it's been so helpful, man, and it's genuinely a blessing to support you and see you continue to develop and grow. Uh, I'm curious for anyone who is, considering joining the community, anyone who's considering working with me, whether they're a sales rep, maybe a business owner, and maybe let's say they're on the fence. There's a billion sales trainers out there. Like, what would you tell them?
Hmm.
They're
Say
giving
like if
they're
you're
giving a think about it objection, right?
money aside now. I would say, like if you're on the fence, it's probably because like like there's this feeling that like you're capable of more.
Hmm.
Um, but like you don't quite see it yet. Like Mason, you like, didn't give me like motivation or like rah rah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
not me.
but like you gave me clarity, and
Hmm.
like having clarity in any decision that you make is super, super valuable. Like you helped me see what was actually holding me back, what my gaps were. Show me these things in like real time. And it's like that's like where the one-on-one feedback loops come in. You won't get that with like big coaching programs where there's like
Tons of people.
200 other like high ego reps on this call. So you get personalized one-on-one time. This person knows exactly like where you are, what you're working on, and then like steps forward that he'll share with you when like the time's coming. So I'd say like if you're coachable, uh, like able to take feedback, um, because Mason will reframe you to where like he forces you to do it. So just give into it. And like really want to speed up your results. Um, hey, it's jump, do it, do it. Like what's the saying, Mason? Like what would that person do? That
Oh,
2.0 version of yourself, what
2.0
would he
version, the
tell you to
future
do
self,
now?
right? We're reading Atomic Habits in the sales team right now and talking about identity-driven decisions. So just depends which identity you want to operate from, the new one or the old one, right?